Hello and welcome back to Fantasy Entertainment. Today I'm doing a re-3 of Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 4, The Spoils of War, aka the best episode ever. Usually episodes in the middle of the season have more of a filler quality to them, but there's no room for filler in this season. And every single scene was packed with references and just awesome moments. Let's get into it. So we're going to start with the Starks in Winterfell. Littlefinger gives Bran the dagger that was supposed to kill him. I think he's trying to get on his good side, Lord Stark, you're totally Lord Stark, I support you, you guys are great. But then Bran just totally dismisses him, I'm not Lord Stark, and then he just completely freaks Littlefinger out with, chaos is a ladder. Which, if you recall, is a famous Littlefinger line from Season 3. So Meera comes to say goodbye to Bran, and she's going home. I can't tell if this is the last time we'll see her. I'm really still holding out hope for a Howland Reed appearance. I loved her line, you died in that cave, because Brandon Stark kind of did die in that cave. He's a completely different person, a different being now. This scene was so sad though because Meera's been through so much for Bran and Hodor and Summer and everything, and he just can't muster up any emotion because he's kind of beyond emotion now. I wanted them to hug at least. So Arya finally shows up at Winterfell, and when she walks up, the guards don't believe she is who she says she is, so she has to sneak away from them. I loved her resourcefulness and snarkiness in this scene, kind of reminiscent of Season 1 when she was trying to get back into the Red Keep. Sansa finds her in the crypts, and for a second I thought there was going to be some stony tension between them, but that kind of melts away in a couple of smiles and hugs. Arya's a little resistant at first, but they start talking to each other, and it's pretty clear they've both been through hell over the past few years, and then Arya initiates the second hug. She's letting her walls down. She's finally home. Arya goes to see Bran as well, and Bran definitely knows what she's been up to, and so Sansa finds out, oh, she wasn't kidding about that list of people I'm gonna kill. Okay. Bran gives Arya the dagger, and that will definitely come in handy in the future, whether to kill Littlefinger, kill White Walkers, who knows. I just hope that Bran doesn't find himself in a situation where he would need a dagger. The Starks are starting to pack together. Arya meets up with Brienne and says she wants to train with her. Brienne's a little hesitant at first because Arya's so little and her sword's so little, but apparently she's been up to a lot of training over in Braavos, and she's a water dancer, so she slips right into her fighting pattern and ends up in a stalemate with Brienne of Tarth. Sansa's definitely a little uneasy watching this. She can tell her sister's really changed, and Littlefinger, he is in way over his head with these Stark kids. So over on Dragonstone, Jon shows Dany the caves with all the dragon glass in it, and it looks like there's definitely going to be enough for the fight ahead. But then he says he wants to show her something else, and he leads her deeper into the cave. I was guessing it was going to be some Targaryen thing, maybe a crypt of some sort, but no, convenient cave paintings are convenient. We see the theta and the spiral markings that we've been associating with the White Walkers, but it turns out the children had them first. We see pictures that depict the pact they made with the first men to fight against their creation, the others. And this is what Jon uses Dany to convince him that this is real, they're coming again, and we need to band together like they did. She seems to believe him and says she will fight for him if only he bends the knee. We can also see there's a little tension going on between the two of them. Hey, we know Jon likes caves. Even Davos notices, but Jon's trying to push that aside because, yeah, apocalypse. Also, shout out to Davos for remembering Stannis the grammar Nazi. That made me smile. Theon shows up with the rest of the Greyjoys who escaped the naval battle. Jon, he just barely restrains himself from punching Theon because of what he did for Sansa, but I was just waiting for him to run over and just punch him in the face. So Theon reveals that, yep, Yar's captured. I need some help. Where's the Queen? Queen's not here. Over in King's Landing, Cersei talks with Tycho, saying that the gold is on their way here, and we know by the end of the episode the gold does make it there, so her debt is squared away and she's free to make up some new investment with the Iron Bank, so we might be getting the Golden Company, but I'm guessing probably not this season at least. A lot of people were upset that she did get the gold from Highgarden, and yeah, I'm one of those people. From a storytelling standpoint, I'm not quite sure what the purpose of that's going to serve. Like, they might make a new investment and bring the Golden Company in, but by that point, they're either going to be fighting the others or there's going to be no need because Cersei will be out of power. Meanwhile, Jaime is collecting all the harvest from the Reach to take back to the capital. He chats a little with Sir Percival, Dickon Tarly, about the battle at Highgarden, and Bronn complains about not getting paid enough. He wants his castle, and hey, there's one right there. But then Bronn shuts up when he hears something in the distance. It's the Dothraki. They all rally the troops, and they're feeling pretty confident until they hear the dragon screech, and yep, game over. I know I say it every episode, but I just love the look on Jaime's face. So we find out where Dany was a couple scenes ago. She took Drogon and Tyrion for a little Field of Fire 2.0. Drogon goes all Dracarys on all of the food and a lot of the soldiers. And here's where we get the record for most stuntmen burned in a single shot. 20. The only dumb thing Dany did, I think, in this whole battle was burning up all the food. Yes, I know she wanted to trap them in and, you know, give the Dothraki a good line of attack. I don't know. Food is food. Winter is coming. Winter is here. And it's pretty clear that there's not enough food for anybody anywhere. He could have even shipped it to the Unsullied. Bronn sneaks away to Qyburn Scorpion, and after 2 tries, he manages to hit Drogon in the shoulder. Drogon has to land, and we get that shot from the first promo images. He is huge. Dany tries to take the bolt out, and Jaime decides to charge at her. Tyrion's watching all this in horror, just muttering, don't, you idiot, because, you know, he supports his queen, but he doesn't want to watch his brother get burned to a crisp in front of him. Luckily, at the last second, right as Drogon turns his head, Bronn rides up on horseback and tackles Jaime into the river. The episode ends with him sinking, but we know he's not dead. This is not the end of Jaime. This is not how Jaime goes out. I was actually expecting the Tarlys and Bronn to die, or at least there would be a good chance one of them would die, or we'd see that, but nothing yet, as far as we know. There was so much I loved about this episode. The reunions, the battle, oh my goodness, the battle. Just every scene was hitting its mark. The dialogue was perfect. The acting was amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite episodes. So next week's episode, which could possibly be called Blood of the Dragon or Eastwatch, I've heard conflicting reports, and I don't want to go looking on the internet for beware of spoilers. It looks like Dany is going full dragon, and Tyrion's going to have to try to rein her in. She gives the Lannisters a choice, join her or die. I'm guessing Jaime will be offered as a sort of prisoner of war, or Tyrion will vouch for him, or maybe even help him escape to repay for back in Season 4. Though that would really put him in Dany's bad graces, and we don't want that kind of conflict. Jon will finally meet Drogon face to face. There might be some friendly sniffing on Drogon's part because he'll smell that Valyrian blood. And Jon finds out about the others marching on Eastwatch, and he will start to plan his trek north. Maybe we'll get to see the Brotherhood again. There's only 3 episodes left, guys. So was this not the best episode ever? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, see you next time, and remember, embrace your creative side.